Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is the 2023 Toyota Sienna XSE, and obviously it's a hybrid, as you all know, because they only come in hybrids. This thing, in fact, is so much in demand that I've been waiting 6 months to film this video, and it's absolutely impossible to find these in stock, especially on the lot. As soon as they come in, they're sold. And most of these are actually sold before they even arrive, so they're already called for. So today I've been really lucky to get this one on hand. So before we get started with the video, huge thanks to King's Toyota here in Mason, Ohio, in the King's Auto Mall, for allowing me to film this video with the Sienna. Oh, hi. Have you subscribed yet? Go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Now, I'll be back in just a second. All right, here we go, starting with the front end. You guys are already familiar with this front end right here, but I will go ahead and point out what's what anyway. So here to the two right here, your daytime running light. Above it is the two low beams, and your high beam is there. Your turn signal is right there, and then another LED right below it. And you can see the blue Toyota logo telling you it's a hybrid. Down here, you have your parking sensor, button style, and then a little bit of cutout for the air to go through to the radiator. There's also some bigger cutout down here as well, but those are actively managed, so they open and close depending on if the engine needs more cooling. Now moving on to the side here, look at this. There is supposed to be an air curtain going around, air pass through, but this is blocked, so it's just purely for design. So I guess Toyota compromised airflow for styling. That's one way to do it. And before we finish with the front end, guys, there's a small front diffuser here at the bottom. Look at that. Now this only comes in the XSE model for the extra styling, but this is an XSE, so that's what you get. All right, folks, so now let's talk about the engine. So this is your 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. There's also an electric motor on the rear wheels, which makes it all-wheel drive. Now all that combined makes 245 horsepower. Now we don't know the torque figure for all combined, but the engine itself produces 189 of those horsepowers and 179 pound-feet of torque. Now other than that, there really isn't much to see here. This is actually a very trusty old engine that Toyota has been using for a long time, so this is going to be reliable. One of the biggest complaints that Sienna owners have, particularly this generation with the V4, is the fact that it doesn't have any passing power. Well, what do you expect? It's a 4-cylinder, 7-seater with your stuff in there. You're not going to get much with this. Now here's something I want you to see. So as you guys can see here, this is a 4-cylinder engine. Look how recessed into the engine bay it is. This is the height of the engine bay. And look how much space there is. So you can tell there's a lot of space in here that would have been used by a V6 if it wasn't a V4 in here. Now, also, where is the battery? Well, the battery of this thing, even though there's a lot of space here, is not here. It's actually in your trunk. Let me show you. So here's your trunk. We'll take a look at it in detail a little bit later. You pop off this panel from the right here, and there is your 12-volt battery that we normally get in all our cars. Alright guys, so let's talk about the side profile of this thing. Now you've already seen this a million times in all other reviews, I can already tell from the look on your face. So let's get into what this XSE in particular has. So you can see roof rails, nice. There's 20-inch wheels, which are wrapped in a 235/50 R20 tires. Now these wheels are quite big for this van. Normally you get an 18-inch or a 19-inch wheel, which also gives you better fuel economy, but this is an XSE, so that's why they give you the blacked out rims, which is really good, by the way, and the 20-inch wheels. So that's what you have on this one. Now here's something cool. Watch this. Key fob, a kick, voila. You can't close it with a kick though. The idea is that if you have something like a kid or groceries in your hand, you just kick it and open the door. But once it's in there, you can close it manually, like this. Button inside, very nice. Now here's one thing I don't like. You see this strap here on the side? What the heck is that supposed to do? I mean, it just extends out for no reason. What is this supposed to do? Is there a sensor in there or something? I don't get it. I mean, it's unnecessary. And since this is an XSE, I would have loved to see black door handles and not aluminum. But that's what you have. All right, so let's talk about the back here. XSE hybrid badge, Toyota hybrid badge, the blue one, that's how you know it's a hybrid. By the way, Sienna blacked out, really like that. Normally that's chrome. I wish the XSE was also blacked out, but that's not the case here. Here are your button style ultrasonic parking sensors that will tell you if you're getting too close when you're reversing. And now to open the tailgate, make sure you have the key fob on you, and then just click right here in the middle. Sorry, kick there in the middle, and you can see it pops open. And there's even a little sticker here, tells you where to kick. And this is a button to actually close the tailgate, or you can hold it for 2 seconds. So this is actually a bit low for me, so I'm gonna set it up high and then press it for 2 seconds. There you go, now the height is set. Next time it opens up, it will open up to that height and I won't hit my head. All right, so in the trunk here, this box has your mat. I'm gonna take it out and put it away for a second. All right, folks, so here I am in the back of the Sienna. This is a lot of space, honestly. And I mean, you expect it, it's a van, what do you expect, right? I mean, you know it's gonna have a lot of space. This feels exactly like it did in the Chrysler Pacifica. Click up there to see my video on that. So first of all, there is no temporary spare tire or spare tire at all. So you get a flat repair kit that's behind this panel here to my right. And there's also a Toyota's first aid kit for some reason. I've never seen that before in a car. And then over here on the left, this is where your 12-volt battery is, behind this panel, which I already showed you guys. There's a couple of hooks down here as well. And there's an LED up here in case you need an LED if you're looking for something here at night. You have it up there. You have a couple of hooks here on either side you can tie stuff down with using those. Let me put the seats down, show you how that works. One-step process. You pull this. That's it. Same thing over here. And there you go, they're down. To pull it up, it's a two-step process. You pull the number one again, put it in there, then you pull the strap to get the seats back up, and that's done. Same thing over here. Put the headrest up, and you're good. All right, now let's hop into the interior. You have a smart key. Unlocks the door for you. Here's your door panel. Really white, this thing. It's supposed to be soft. It is a little bit soft, as you can see I'm pressing onto it, but not too soft there. This is gonna get real dirty, by the way. I don't like the white color on this. There's a soft cushioning over here. Then you have your mirror controls as well as your window controls over here. And then a lot of storage for your phone up here and some bottles down there. And then your media speaker right there. All right, now quickly mention the seats before we hop in here. This is an 8-way adjustable seat with the lumbar support. So this front end will go up and down using this button. And then you can move the seat forward or back with using that. You can also move the whole seat up or down using the same. This will control your backrest, moves back or forward. And this is your lumbar control, so you can go forward, back, up and down, and your lumbar control supports your back over here. Also quickly over here, that passenger seat is completely manual, which I'm actually very disappointed to see. All right, folks, so here's your view from the driver's seat. Very, very good visibility. By the way, these mirrors, as you can see, that logo means it's heated mirrors, and your blind spot system is actually in there as well. I'm not sure if you can see it right there. All right, let's start it up. Your key fob, there. Put your foot on the brake, power on. There you go. You have your analog gauge cluster to the left and right, and then a small screen right in the middle, which is completely fine. Here's your controls on the wheel. It's your safety system controls as well as media. Volume up and down here, and then your controls to be able to control that screen up there. Then here's your signal stock and your wiper stock right behind there. Alright, so to the left of the steering wheel, you have your brightness controls for that small screen in the middle. And then your fuel cap opener. And your power door off switch, which controls the rear sliding doors for the second row. It'll turn that off. If you have kids back there touching those buttons, you can use that. And then your automatic high beams over here, and your traction control on off button over here. And then a small open cubby to store stuff, I guess. Alright, so here is your main multimedia screen. Now, as you can see, there is a maps as well. This one comes with maps. There's your menu. You can go in and configure different things here. Now this is actually pretty fluid. It isn't the big Ford type touchscreens, and even the newer Toyotas can give you a bigger screen than this, but this screen will probably be fine for most people. So let's just move on here. Though I wouldn't recommend you use these maps because you need to keep them updated, and I just rather use Google Maps or something. This car does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so you can connect your phone. As you can see, it's asking to connect device. So connect your phone via USB-A here, and then you'll be able to see whatever system you're using on the screen here. And one thing I really like that most manufacturers are moving away from now is the fact that we still have volume button and a tuner knob, as well as some other buttons as well, which is really good. I like this. And here is your reverse camera. This is really not a high resolution camera. I mean, as you can see, I'm turning the wheel. There is no guidelines or anything as to where you're gonna end up. So you only have the red line, which tells you you're getting real close, but that's about it. And you have the ultrasonic button style sensors in the back, which will also tell you the same. And then down here, here's your climate controls. You can control the rear as well from here. And then the dual zone for the left and right as well. And this car does have heated but not cool seats for the front 2 passengers, as you can see, controlled via these buttons over here. And here's your drive mode selector and your EV mode. So if this can go on purely EV mode for about like 10 miles an hour, I think, which is like a garage speed. So if you're in a parking garage or something, you can use that here. You have your brake hold and then parking brake as well. So I'm in park and it automatically engages the parking brake, by the way. This is one of the things that newer Toyotas do. When you're in park, it automatically engages the parking brake. And here's your 2 small cup holders, I have to say. These are small. This one's the bigger one, which is good. And so is another one there, and you can also put your phone. Unfortunately, there's no wireless charger over there as far as I can tell, but that's an open area for space that if you want to, you know, put some stuff there. I mean, it'll fly around if you drive really fast, but I mean, you have that space if you need it. I would have preferred a closed space like an upper glove box, but that's what you got. Now let's take a look at the center console. As you can see, this is very, very huge. I mean, it's quite a bit deep. I'm like elbow deep in this thing. It's pretty good. And then you have your USB-C and USB-A chargers down there as well. I don't see a cigarette lighter style anywhere. Close. And then 2 separate headrests for a passenger and a driver. These are non-adjustable, by the way. And just a quick correction, there is a cigarette lighter style power outlet down here. I did not see that. But that also leads me to this huge space. Look at this. This is where the purse go for all the women out there. And guys, don't you dare take this space for anything else, because you'll regret it. And then here's the door panel for the passenger side. Same thing. I hate the white, man. People are gonna make a mess out of this van. All right, let's check out the glove box. And this is a pretty wide glove box. However, it's not that big. As you can see, with this stuff in here, it's not a lot of space. Over there, you can probably store a lot, but over here, probably not. But what do you need? I mean, registration, insurance, manual maybe? That's about it. All right, folks, so let's jump in here. I'm 6 feet tall before I get in. I'll be 6 feet tall when I get in too. But let's see how I fit. Okay, so let's get in here. Good. Normal seating position is good, although I do feel like I'm quite high on this. It's good. The seats are like this, so there's plenty of thigh support, so that's good. Although the top here, if I go do this, it's gonna touch my head. That's not ideal. But some netting over here in the middle. There is no middle seat. These are captain's chairs. Some netting over here as well. So let's quickly talk about this door panel here. Same white stuff here, but this is actually hard plastic, not even soft at all. Nothing soft here. Nope, it's pretty much all hard plastic. 1 cup holder down there, a small phone holder, I suppose, down there, and a small speaker. You do get a shade back here. It is manual though, but thumbs up for that. So you have a seat back pocket over here. That's a thumbs up. That's a thumbs up as well. You got a USB-C and a USB-A port. Nice. And look at that, it says a Sienna. You can hook a grocery bag up here as well. 2 cup holders down there with some storage there as well. Nothing down there. There's a button to open and close the door. That'll be on both sides. There's your climate vent with an LED. There it is again on the left. And here are your climate controls as well in the middle. Just a quick note here on the door. If you want to child lock these doors so your child can't open it from inside, but you can open it from the outside, you use this. So press it down, that's now child lock. Press it up, and that's unlocked like a normal door. Okay, so now overall, I really do like the seat a lot. I mean, there is good enough space here for my feet. I'm gonna leave the seat here with this much space in front of my knees to see how I fit back there when I get back there. But I do really like this. The handle makes it easy to get in and out for adults especially, and for kids as well. So now let's quickly talk about the seat here. This seat slides back and reclines back as well. And slides back, and how? Look at this. that's as far back as it goes. This is insane. No other van does this. And frankly, if I had an ottoman here, which this doesn't, on the top, some of the higher models do, but if it did, man, oh man, I would be sleeping in here with the recline and I wouldn't complain at all. But let's bring it forward a bit. You can only do that if there's no third row passengers, but if there are, then you know, this is pretty much all you can do. We'll see how comfortable it is back there. There is armrests over here on both seats as well. And then I can recline here. That's pretty good recline. Although again, they'll struggle in the back if I recline this much. All right, so this feels comfortable. Let's hop in the third row and see what that's like. All right, so to hop in the third row, it's a two-step process. First, you pull this lever, sets the seat up like that, and then you pull this and recline it forward. You can do this with one hand, as you can see. Now we can hop inside. All right, so here we are in the third row. Now this seat, I made sure to set it for myself. Again, I'm a 6-foot person. I made sure to set this just like how I was sitting in there, so you guys get a good idea of what would be like to sit behind myself as I was sitting there. Now, there is not a lot of space here. Maybe there's 1 inch, but as you saw, there was like 6 inches of space over there. So you can move this forward a little bit and then you have definitely more space here. This one, you can definitely fit 3 adults in here. I think they won't be comfortable, but you can definitely fit them in here. I mean, there is plenty of space. You can definitely fit 3 adults. But are you going to really? No, you probably want kids back here. So from the back seat here, you can see there's your climate vent up there for the left side. This is one for me over here. There's 2 charging ports, USB-A and USB-C, as well as 2 small cup holders back here. Toyota knows you're gonna put kids back here, so look at that. That's a small cup holder. It's funny. But you only get chargers on the right though, nothing on the left there. You just got cup holders. And this is pretty much it. I mean, there's a light up here. Now, while we're back here in the third row, there's one thing I wanna show you guys. You see this strap here? You pull, and that's your recliner. So you pull it and go back. And oh my God, look at that. Look at the difference. So that's that seat upright, and this is me reclined. So this is really good. Though, look at the trunk space. You are going to lose a lot of that trunk space. But I'm comfortable. Okay, so one thing I've just noticed, if you are the only person sitting back here and you have to bring the seat back to yourself, it's almost impossible. Look at this. So you put this back, but how are you gonna slide it back? There is no way to slide it back. There's a latch here, but it only moves this forward and back. So you have to get this and then move it back. Oh, frickin'. And that's about all I can do. I mean, there's no seat here in the middle, so I can go around and do this, but I can't do it from that side or in the back. Unfortunately, that's the only way that can be done. All right, folks, so this was the 2023 Toyota Sienna XSE. Let me know what you thought about the video. If you liked it, please like the video and consider subscribing to see more videos like these. And with that said, if you're still here at the end of this video, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. And this thing also supposed to have a kick open tailgate, but for whatever reason, I can't find where the sensor is. Like, I can't keep clicking, but oh, it just worked. Watch this.